This is breaking news developing before our eyes. James O'Keefe we had on Monday with his latest in the Exposed CNN series that he's doing, and boy, did he expose CNN. And even though Project Veritas is banned on Twitter, you've been trending, Project Veritas has been trending, Exposed CNN's been trending, and now, James, Twitter has suspended you from the social media platform. What is going on?
Hey, Larry. This is sort of breaking news. Twitter has suspended my account. They said that I was operating, quote, fake accounts. Now, I've never operated a fake account on Twitter. I've had other people impersonate me. But this is false. It's defamatory. Twitter will pay. I know they have Section 230 immunity under the Communications Decency Act, but this is not that. This is a Twitter spokesperson or a Twitter corporation making a statement about me which is false. So I'm going to sue them for defamation. I'm filing a complaint in court. It'll be filed on Monday. And as you know, we've already won in New York Supreme Court against the New York Times on a motion to dismiss.
Yeah.
And we're going through discovery, so we're going to go ahead and sue them, Larry.
So, and this is so ironic because you've been trying to get verified on Twitter just so fake James O'Keefe's can't operate, or at least the
right.
Viewing public, and now they're claiming you're making fake accounts.
No, I have to say I am quite literally speechless. I don't know. There are no words.
Yeah.
I don't. It's a dystopian science fiction Kafkaesque nightmare. I mean, this is beyond. There are no words.
Yeah, but you're fighting back, James, and let's get to that because this is very important. You run Project Veritas. You do investigative journalism. For Twitter to now claim that you are operating under some fake, false pretense on social media, that undermines your personal credibility. It is absolutely defaming you, is it not?
It is a form of defamation. This country, the United States, has laws against libel. You can't maliciously defame people. There's no other recourse but to sue. We are suing them. We've already sued the New York Times. And this comes on the heels of our extraordinary CNN tapes this week.
Yeah.
You've all seen the tapes. All those videos were trending number 2 globally on Twitter.
Right.
They've all been taken down now. You can't access those tapes. And that man still works at Twitter. I had a man named Jesse Hicks impersonating my own staff on Twitter, and he still remains on Twitter. I mean, this is crazy. So, I mean, obviously I'm very passionate, but we're going to be not only are we going to be suing Twitter in the United States, we're going to be suing them outside the United States where they don't have the protections. The only recourse is defamation and libel, and we're going to get discovery into what they're doing. And again, this is breaking news.
Yeah.
Twitter releasing a statement that does read that I operated, quote, fake accounts, which is false.
Did they ever reach out to you, James, and say, hey, listen, we see these accounts and we're confused, it might be you, or did they ever try to resolve it or get information or facts from you on this?
No. No. We had learned through a source at Twitter, let me see if I can pull it up here. We had learned from a source at Twitter that they were giving different statements. They suspended me prior to them sending me an email address and sending me an email. And then about 30 minutes to an hour later, they said, quote, your account has been permanently suspended for violating Twitter rules. And then they wrote fake accounts. I'm reading an email from Twitter support, quote, you may not register or create fake or misleading accounts to manipulate Twitter conversations. This is what they said to me. And we have not done that, and we have to fight back.
There's two things that everybody should do right now. They should go to Project Veritas website, projectveritas.com, keep James's work going there. And, oh, by the way, get the link to the CNN expose, Expose CNN, and tweet the hell out of it. We have to flood the zone on Twitter right now. They may want to try to suspend James O'Keefe, but they can't keep the story down. They can't quiet it. They're trying to intimidate you. They're trying to silence you. And do you think this is retribution? Because one of your exposés in the past was against Twitter. Do you think this is finally their retaliation against you, or do you think they're colluding with CNN and doing CNN a solid here? What do you think
The timing is certainly suspicious, coming on the heels of what would arguably be the biggest story in Project Veritas history, showing a CNN director saying their propaganda, they're trying to help paint Biden in a positive light. They got Trump out of office. They put words in people's mouths. They make COVID numbers higher for more deaths, for ratings. This was an explosive tape.
Yep.
And Jeff Zucker's a powerful man, and he apparently put out a directive telling people you're not allowed to say a word about this. And he's a very powerful man. And Twitter and CNN are partners. These guys, the algorithms prefer CNN's news, if you want to call it news. It's not news according to their own people we recorded. It's propaganda. But I'm going to read you something else. This was a source at Twitter told us, quote, James was running a network of accounts that claimed to be things they weren't. I agree the optics suck, unquote. That's a guy at Twitter saying this is kind of ridiculous. So I can't tell you, the only recourse I can say that we have is to sue under libel laws in the United States, because they're just lying publicly, and they're hurting our reputation. So
fight, James.
ProjectVeritas.com.
ProjectVeritas.com. By the way, I don't know if you're aware of this, to add insult to injury, you go to Twitter right now and you search Project Veritas and hit the People tab. The first result is CNN. I kid you. You talk about algorithms.
I did see that.
It's absolutely the case. I just did it myself. Tell me there's not something up. All right, James, keep fighting. Thanks for jumping on here, and we'll spread the word. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Larry.